What are decimals? Decimals are numbers that represent parts of a whole. They use a special symbol called a decimal point to separate the whole number part from the fractional part. Example, in 4.5, the number 4 is the whole part, and 0.5 represents half. Why do we need decimals? Decimals help us in many real-life situations where whole numbers are not enough to represent quantities. Here are some reasons why decimals are needed. 1. Decimals provide precision. Sometimes, whole numbers, like 1, 2, 3, are not enough to describe something accurately. Decimals let us measure and count more precisely. Example, if a rope is 2.4 meters long, it means it is 2 meters and 40% of another meter. Without decimals, we wouldn't be able to show this extra part. 2. Money uses decimals. We use decimals every day to talk about money. A dollar has 100 cents, and decimals help show amounts smaller than $1. Example, 2 rupees and 50 paise means 2 rupees and 50 paise. Without decimals, it would be hard to show such amounts. 3. Measurement becomes accurate. In science, construction, or cooking, we often need exact measurements. Decimals help us show measurements like lengths, weights, or time. Example, a marathon runner might finish a race in 2.75 hours, meaning they ran for 2 hours and 45 minutes. 4. Dividing things fairly. Decimals help when we need to share something equally but can't divide it perfectly into whole numbers. Example, if 3 people share one pizza, each person gets 0.33 of the pizza. 5. Fractions in a simpler form. Fractions can be confusing for young learners. Decimals provide a simpler way to represent parts of a whole. Example, instead of writing 1/2, we can write 0.5. Instead of a quarter, we can write 0.25. 6. Decimals are everywhere. We see decimals in sports scores, discounts in stores, weather forecasts, and more. Example, a soccer match might report a player running 9.8 kilometers during the game. How to teach decimals. Start with whole numbers. Show kids that decimals come after whole numbers on a number line. Example, between 1 and 2, you have 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and so on. 2. Explain the decimal point. The decimal point separates the whole number part from the fractional part. Example, in 3.7, the number 3 is the whole part, and 0.7 means 7/10. 3. Relate decimals to fractions. Decimals and fractions represent the same thing. Examples, 0.5 equals 1/2, 0.25 equals 1/4, 0.75 equals 3/4. 4. Use real-life examples. Money example. Decimals are used in prices. For example, 1 rupee and 50 paise means 1 rupees and 50 paise. 4. Use real-life examples. Measurement example. Measure something in centimeters and show that 5.2 centimeters means 5 centimeters and 2 millimeters. 5. Practice with hands-on activities. Pizza or chocolate bars game. Divide a pizza or chocolate bar into 10 parts and show how each part is 0.1 of the whole. Examples of decimals in real life. Example 1. Time. If a movie lasts 1.5 hours, it means the movie is 1 hour and 30 minutes long. Examples of decimals in real life. Example 2. Weight. A watermelon weighing 2.3 kilograms means it weighs 2 kilograms and 300 grams. Examples of decimals in real life. Example 3. Distance. A car travels 8.6 kilometers in one trip. This means it traveled 8 full kilometers and a little more than half of another kilometer. Examples of decimals in real life. Example 4. Discounts. A store offers a 20.5% discount. Without decimals, it would be harder to express such an amount.